Good afternoon, everyone. If you're watching on Facebook, we're about to get started with one of our launch online sessions. This session is going to be brief, but it's going to focus on the ability for you to organize a website for or via Google Sites. And so, if you're unfamiliar with Google Sites, it's a platform through Google My Business. And hold up, I'm trying to find where it is. There we go. It's directly connected to your Google My Business profile. So if you're unfamiliar with Google My Business, this platform is available for free for business owners to really aggregate their information in one place so that your customers can better identify and find you. There is a previous video that we recorded that I go through some of the benefits of Google My Business. But today we're going to focus just specifically on the website portion. So if you're wondering what Google My Business can do for you, it's actually a really great platform, a really great opportunity for you to, again, like I said, aggregate the information about your business and make sure it's accurate for your customers. It's directly influencing whether or not you show up in Google search. If you've noticed when you search a business in Google, it oftentimes will have on the right margin information about the business if it's correlated. And this particular profile again is free to do. You can showcase your business as it is for, and I'll give you a quick preview of what that looks like if you're doing just a strict Google search. So if you can see for Launch SA, for example, how it's got our location, some of the photos, the reviews, information about our location, hours, and otherwise, link to the website, directions, call, everything like that. And then you'll see that the other information is pulled directly from other input information to this Google Business profile. So the more fully you integrate the information on this profile, the more accurate your business will be displayed for your consumers. And so it's a really good and important point to try to start with Google My Business. As many people do initially start with Google in their search process for finding new businesses. So it's one of the most relevant tools that I can mention. And again, it's free. So again, today I'm just going to go quickly over the Google website portion. So just some quick notes. If you start with this and you don't have a domain, and if you're not familiar with what a domain is, essentially it's just the sort of the address for your website. Putting together a Google website will actually not cost you anything. It'll be sub-hosted via Google. So you'll see in this top margin here, it says launch-sa.business.site. That is a Google sort of subdomain. And so whether you pay for the service or not, Google will have it listed. And it'll be available for you to view or for others to view, irrespective of whether you have a specific domain for your site. You'll see here it's actually recommending if I want to purchase a domain, then this Google site will actually appear at this domain. If you already have a domain, you can also connect those things directly. And you'll see that when I clicked over here, it's already got some of the stuff filled out based on the information in my Google Business profile. So that's really a great opportunity because you don't have to be super technical in understanding how do you put it together. A lot of it's already going to be put together as you do it. So you can kind of focus on editing what you think is the most important to you before you get to the publishing point. And so if you do happen to watch this through Facebook Live, I'll be doing my best to flip back and forth just to make sure that I'm addressing any questions that might be there. And if not, this is just another great way of potentially getting your business online. So I like it because it's free. Obviously, it's connected to Google, so that's going to be an additional benefit that'll really help you. You can change the theme. The themes aren't as detailed as, let's say, a Shopify or a Squarespace or something to that effect. But again, they're still pretty efficient for just getting something up. So the theme that pretty much everyone starts with is this Lux theme. And you'll notice most of it is just a color palette along with text stylization. You can obviously get a little bit more detailed with what you want to do. So, for example, in this particular scenario, the call to action, and if you're unfamiliar with that terminology, the call to action is basically the action that you want your customer to take when they visit your site. You have the opportunity to change what that button says. So this isn't going to be your best bet if you're trying to sell products online. So if you have something that you're tangibly trying to deliver to a customer, this may not be your best bet. But if you do a service-based business, for example, counseling or consulting or accounting, where the service provided is really something that's going to be detailed and discussed more on the back end, and you're really just trying to provide an informational vantage point for your customers, then Google Sites is probably going to be a really great benefit for you. So the call to actions that you see here, call now, contact us, get directions, get quote, message us, via either texting or WhatsApp, which is another pretty common sort of text-based solution. These are really great call to actions, and they can benefit you. So there's a lot of information here that can be super helpful for you. So for example, if they click get quote, then it actually explains what happens there. It sends the customer name, email, phone, and a message to your email, as well as whoever else might be listed in the users section of this site. Now you can change a lot of the information. So for example, if this wasn't Launch SA, but this was John's accounting, you could easily change the information. And if you have no idea what to do, there are sub descriptions. For example, attract customers with a headline. That'll help you kind of understand what exactly is going on here. So I'm gonna just drop that back in. If we think about, the description, that's sort of a byline, like what exactly does your business do, or how do people know you? This might be sort of that tagline that you're thinking of. For Launch SA, that might be the first stop along your business roadmap or something like that, and I can't spell roadmap. So, it gives a little bit of contextualization for your business. Now you'll see here that they're actually telling me rather, some information that might be good to include. And so based on how I filled out this Google Business Profile, the information that I'm describing Launch SA is Business Center and San Antonio. And so it wants us to try to include Business Center and San Antonio within that tagline or byline, because that's going to help you rank further up than if you just use any other tagline. So it actually intuits that that information is better. So, I'm just going to type something else in, the best Business Center. Oh, can't spell still, in San Antonio, right? Now, granted, if you have something else you want to put, there are probably other places to add that information. But, again, this is Google trying to help you figure out how to be better visible on Google. So I would probably try to lean into what they give you in terms of advice, because they do have the best and most prominent search engine on the internet. So it's always good to start with, what the best frame of reference is. So in here, you'll see the sort of next levels. Summary, personalize the header for your summary section, optional, right? So if I start typing in there, you can see what happens. Doesn't look like anything specifically has happened yet. Let me see. Interesting. Well, anyway, so this information may appear in Google search as sort of the byline for it. It may come over a particular photo. So filling out any information that you have to the best of your ability is always what I recommend for any sort of site builder that you end up working with. So, even if it doesn't look like it's appearing, guaranteed there is a purpose for it to exist. So just making sure that you're inputting as much information as possible is important. So I'm going to go ahead and close that area. Photos. So you have the ability to aggregate and put new photos in. That's going to appear either within it's probably going to appear within your gallery, and that's to help business rather consumers understand a little bit more about what your business is, and or kind of get a feel for just the interactions that are there. So again, you can see that this is extremely simplistic. You can after you've kind of laid out the theme, which again doesn't have like a ton of variability in it, but you can edit in a lot of ways the information that exists about it. Let's see, I was just looking at the about us. Okay, so this makes sense. Now I understand where things are going. Business center. So summary header, it looks like that's going to be where your about us section is. So you can give more detail as to what you do, if it's services, if there are links that you want to input, lists that help explain what you do. We, for example, we offer personalized business support through direction, education, and community connections. So, that's a simple byline. Obviously, you can get more detailed. This about us section would be where you'd want to get more detailed. If you don't like it to be, sort of directed by just sort of a paragraph, again, you can utilize the listing function. So, direction, and then you can kind of get in a little deeper. What does that mean? Direction, helping you understand the next steps on your business journey, and so on and so on. So you can easily kind of customize out the information that you're including about your business and how people understand it. And additionally, which I think is really, really kind of a nice feature, is that it already draws in your testimonials. It draws in the information about your business in a number of different ways. So I think it's a really good opportunity for you to take advantage of, especially if you feel like you don't have much in terms of capital right now to invest on building out a website. If all you really need is sort of that information or that informational stance about what you do, and to try to provide a little depth on the services that you offer, and really just trying to draw in people to understand who you are and what you are, Google Sites is, I think, a really proficient program for that. Now, the deeper you go, the more likely you're going to be able to do show additional features. So while I said it's not necessarily the best platform for displaying or selling products online, Google did recently add in a feature for the Google My Business profiles called products. And through that, you're able to actually, through your business profile, showcase what products or services that you might have. And this is a really great thing. Let's say that you're making jewelry, or you're making, you're selling, maybe it's food if you're a restaurant, or um, you have a service like lawn care. You can add photos, descriptions, and sort of start to list out or showcase your product offerings, and that'll probably be integrated within your website, because again, Google does take in a lot of the different feature sets that you have and try to integrate them more directly into your profile. So the more information that you complete within your profile, the more likely you are to get a fuller view of what your business looks like. And again, they're laying it out based on what they understand as sort of the way that people view websites and interact with them. So, a lot of insight has gone into building this platform, and guaranteed, while it's not going to be, the most editable or, site with depth, it's definitely going to have all of the base essentials that you need to just be listed, previewed, showcased, highlighted, and then aggregate customer insights and other information all in one place. So you can see it's already pulled in the map feature. It's already pulling in the address, the contact information, the business hours. All of that was edited in the profile itself and not directly through the site. All of these photos are directly pulled from this photo section on the site. Your about us and the front end tagline are pretty much the two things that you edit through the site features itself. Testimonials are direct from your reviews. Obviously, they're going to focus on the ones that are better than worse. Any of these posts, which you'll notice are sort of like almost like blogs, are actually going to be directly pulled from this posts section on the Google Business Profile page. So you can do offers, COVID updates, general updates, events, and again, products. And those are going to be pulled directly from the post section here to your site. So you can get more customized as you fill out the information on this site. And if you are to utilize this feature, then the insights that you pull will show you how people are searching for you, how people are interacting with your business, whether that be through the search feature itself, through direct search, or direct business sort of name or website find, how people are interacting with what you have. So right now we just have search and maps because our site is presented and hosted separately from everything else. So the more integrated that you use their features, the more likely you are to get this information. You'll see this visit our website. That's directly pulling from people clicking on this button right here, website. Same with directions, same with call. So that integration is all just going to pull directly from your Google Business Profile. And then you'll also see, as people select getting directions, what side of town they're coming from, and you can sort of start to build out a thought process that surrounds, how do I get more specific in promoting to my customers? So that might be geographic. That might be, if you're thinking about, promoting, and you see that, hey, there's a lot of people that seem to be finding me in a specific area. Maybe that influences your physical promotions, et cetera, et cetera. So you can also see when people are clicking that call function, the volume that you're getting in terms of that. And then also your photo views, so you can kind of get a better idea of what's going on. Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty simplistic. As I mentioned, there's not a ton of depth, but it is a very strong tool. So I definitely recommend that you take a look at it. Again, the entire service itself is free. Getting a domain is also what I would say extremely beneficial. You don't have to get a domain from Google. You can absolutely do that from somewhere else. So it's completely up to you. You can edit this to a degree if you want it to be a little bit more focused on your business. And again, you can publish your site to your own domain if you choose to do that. It's not extremely complicated. They do have a number of different additional features that will educate you on how to improve. So I definitely recommend taking a deeper look at what's available there. It's Google. So if you are unfamiliar, we can definitely help you walk through this as sort of a support engine for at Launch SA. You can see that they're also offering a number of other feature sets, including getting customized email. So if you want your business to have a professional email rather than just, let's say, a generic Gmail address or a generic Hotmail or Yahoo or whatever, you can do that as well. Obviously, there's integrations through ads. So if you want to take advantage of the Google advertising elements, you're able to do that as well. And then if you, as and when you add on other locations, you have the ability to do that as well. So a lot of feature sets here, a lot of different things that I would recommend you taking a look at. As I mentioned, today's session is going to be very brief because the information held within the Google My Business profile is relatively brief in and of itself. But again, we're here to help you if you do need support and kind of navigating how to do this for yourself. I think it's fairly easy. It's fairly straightforward. There's a lot of education they put behind it, especially online videos. But we're here to help you navigate with that personal connection. So if you have any questions, I recommend reaching out to us through our website, launchsa.org, and completing our request assistance or personalized assistance form. That's probably going to be your initial best bet to start with us. Or you can email us at team@launchsa.org. That's going to be a really tangible way for us to start responding to you and building your roadmap for success. So that's going to conclude the session that I have for you today. I appreciate you taking the time to view this. Again, I realize it's short, but if you have any questions, problems, comments, please let us know. Thank you.